Are we live?
Ew,
Oh my!
Lou!
I shouldn't be talking like Roman Biscotti. This is Lori Tries Life. Thank you all for coming. If you're here, I have to see if I'm live, and I am.
It's on. It's popped.
Just
Yes.
it's just I'm new to everything.
Technology and
Streaming.
buttons.
Yes. So
But you're brave.
thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed. I'm sure, that it's hard to get here, maybe.
Yes, my spaceship is on my neighbor Tanj's roof, and she's kind enough to let me park there. So I just kind of teleport every now and then, but I do need to give her a warning.
It's not difficult for you to come here?
Yes, it's great. I love being here. Thank you for having me. And she's outside having a coffee and cigarette break, and I'll leave soon and bring her in.
Great.
Thank you for having us, Lori. How are you, you beautiful creature?
Oh, that's a thank you. From the moment I saw Roman Biscotti sing Space Sucks, I was in love.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, my pesky neighbor, Ramen Biscuit, insisted on joining me in a duet.
It was a lovely duet. I particularly liked, let's see, Double Denim.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's based on a true story. Double Denim Guy. Mm-hmm.
My favorite is Lady with No Name.
Oh, yes, that's also based on a true story. Yes. Most of them are. Okay, baby Biscotti. I love you.
Baby Biscotti is getting her time, too, in the sun.
Take your Kevin the cabbage and go play in the spaceport. Thank you. I love you. Bye. Okay.
Well, Roman, I would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Absolutely, darling.
Okay. Love what you do. Love your song. Love your music. One question.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Ew.
Is he an alien?
Yeah, well, honestly, yes. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. He's like the 17th clone from the Kuiper Belt. Yes, he's fabulous.
Okay.
My people tribal dance every third moon. Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. Are you into tarot?
I've been into everything, but Tanji is the one that loves to do divination.
Yes, she is.
I read, like stardust that gets stuck on the side of my spaceship like bugs when you're on a motorcycle. On the windshield.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So stardust. Wow. I read stardust very well, but Tanji does I leave it all to her. She loves doing good stuff.
Between you and me, what do you think of Tanji?
I think she's fabulous. I absolutely adore her. I think she needs to get out more, but other than that, I love her. She's great.
She's great. I love her too.
And I love her son, the chosen one. He's fabulous. He's an old man in a almost 16-year-old body, but he's like thousands years old.
Yeah. So how many instruments can you play?
I can play them all. Tanji is very picky. She likes to dabble in most of my collection. I have an extensive music collection. A lot of them are from different cosmos, galaxies, and times. But I let her go in the spaceship and play around with the stuff that she wants to touch. She's very good at putting things back where she found them.
Well, that's good. Good. I'm glad you have good things to say about her.
I do. We get along great. We have a fabulous relationship, and I lend her my clothes a lot of the time. She likes to try my things on.
Yes.
I have no problem. We're like sisters.
Oh, that's almost good.
Except she doesn't have a tail, like me.
You have a tail.
I do. I have 3.
Oh my. I won't ask to see it. Yeah. I know that's personal.
Oh, it comes out on New Year's Eve. I don't know. It's something to do with my species, I guess.
Oh, great. Love a tail.
Yeah.
Let's see. What would you like the public to know about you?
About me? Oh, I'm an intergalactic alien DJ ambassador for the musical cosmos. for time and space travel. There's a whole galaxy federation of us, and I'm in the sector 32.9 for Earth, loop 13. Yes. When you have a Mandela effect and you hear music, it's usually because I'm there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What was the question?
I am going to ask you another question. Does Roman Biscotti have a romantic relationship with anyone?
Oh, she used to travel the cosmos and she used to sing songs about it on Tanj's old channel, The Sleepy Oracle. It accidentally got obliterated, and we don't talk about that. But I used to sing about my adventures in the Wild West and in Vegas in the 50s and 60s. And, partying with all the famous faces, because most of them are alien, as you know, David Bowie, Barbra Streisand, and unless nobody knew that. Sorry, cat's out of the bag. But yes, we would go around and travel the cosmos, and we would date and love each other, and it was fabulous. But that's how it was 5,000 years ago.
So you knew Elvis?
I knew Elvis. Yes, he has a tail too, but I think people knew that already. I don't remember. Yes. Oh, Tanji's back from a coffee break. I'm going to go now.
Okay.
So bring her on. Thank you, Lord.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you, everybody.
We love you.
I will see you in the cosmos, and I'll bring Tanji in. She'll be right here. Boo!
Okay, thank you. Well, there you go. Tanji is coming, and we appreciate that. Roman Biscotti is, I can't stop, saying Roman Biscotti, but I've got to stop that. It's pretty infectious. Thank you for coming to Laureate Tries Life. I hope that you're all having fun. Let's see if... Oh, hi! Hi, Taylor!
Bye, Roman! I think she's going to get intergalactic milk.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's fabulous. Hi, everybody in chat.
Oh, how are you, Tanj?
I'm doing good. I've been looking forward to this. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I've been nervous. You're my first interview. Well, second to Roman. I hope that's okay.
You know what? I have no problems with Roman taking the spotlight. She's a dear, dear friend of mine. She lets me try on her clothes.
Yeah. So. Yeah, she told us.
Okay. Oh, I have to
She told us all about you.
Oh, what else did she say?
I don't know. You have to watch it back.
Ah!
I have been nervous about this because, as I told you, I am new, but I have been enthralled with Tanj ever since I saw you, and laughed, and you have such, like he said, you have such a good presence, you have such a good aura, and just you're a beautiful woman. Aww. Such a smile. You have a smile that just exudes compassion and fun. And I thought, I want to know you better. And not in a creepy way. But so I thought that you would be a great first interview. And I was nervous. So my husband went out and got little favors. I thought, what am I going to do?
I love it.
He thought this was the Mr. thing on Saturday Night Live. What was it?
Mr. Bill?
Mr. Bill.
Oh, no, Mr.
Bill's on the
It looks like a gingerbread potato hybrid, but I love it.
Yeah. And then he got this, which I have 3 cats. The cats ate up. They love it.
Love that.
And then he got me this.
Props.
And I thought, okay, that's fine. But
Buddy Elf
so they can
That's incredible. Where does one acquire such a fabulous item?
I'm going to have to get shelves behind me. And then he got for my daughter, who is 30 years old. Let's see if I can show it to you. I said, what? I want those. He said, no, it's a present for your daughter.
My goodness, I need it. I love the little girl. I have the cards. but I
Isn't
don't
that
have the
great?
girl, had I known there were
Yeah,
finger puppets, I would have gotten my Bob Ross finger puppets some companions.
I love Bob Ross. Yeah.
Gerald, I know, right? Put a mustache on the elf. Hi,
Okay, so
Regina, to mustache and
am I
everybody.
supposed to keep track of the yeah, Tarot Stash. Hi, Tarot Stash. Hi, Gerald. Hi, Regina. Hi, Jackie. I hope I have some wrenches in here. I don't think we'll get trolled.
Roman is there? Hi, Roman. She's keeping an eye.
Yeah, I think we'll be divinely safe. Okay, so we mentioned Jim Carrey.
Yes.
He is. You really love Jim Carrey. What is your favorite movie of his?
I have a few. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind for, that serious side. The Mask, of course, because I have the female rubber face to do the sequel, if they can call me. And I just love all his movies. Liar, Liar. But I was thinking the other day, there's one of the more obscure ones, the number 23, because I love dark goth stuff, creepy stuff. And The Majestic.
Oh,
I really love that. Was it Martin Landau was in that too? And it was just a very beautiful. I mean, The Truman Show. I mean, I can go on and on.
oh yeah. Oh gosh, I like to watch him in interviews. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah, and when he did Andy Kaufman, when he did the
oh wow,
Man in the Moon,
yeah.
when he did the movie, but he did the documentary on Netflix about being him. He was channeling him, and I was just like, I know
I think that's definitely,
he's a channeler like me. I love him.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
So, and when he was on In Living Color, I was following him because he grew up in Newmarket, Ontario, and I grew up in Aurora, Ontario, and all over that area, which is right there. So you got Aurora and 20, 10 to 20-minute drive, Newmarket.
Oh my gosh.
I was all in that Ontario, South Central Ontario, Canada area. So, he's 10 years older than me, but because I was traveling a lot to Toronto and doing acting, it's possible that we passed, cross paths or something.
Yeah.
Just opening a subway door or something, or walking into an audition.
He did a really early movie. I forget the name of it, but he was part of a family. He was a kid. It was a drama. I totally forget what the name of it.
I can't remember the name of it, but I think I know what you're talking about.
He was really good. Everybody expected him to be funny, and then the movie came out, and but it was a low budget movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love him. I love him.
He did was it a Club Med Colorado Rocky thing too that he did, and he was young, and he was with Alan Thicke. I think it was it's like a long commercial movie, but he still looks exactly the same, even though he's 59 now. He's going to be 60 in January.
Wow, that doesn't seem possible.
Well, aliens age slower.
Right.
Right.
He's really political, or should I say anti-political?
Yeah, he would be. I would say, if you ask me, do you think he's anti-political? I would say yes, but not in a bad way. Not in a disruptive way. I think I went to see his art. I went to see his show.
Oh, really?
I have the sticker on the back of my laptop. I'm sorry, Jim. What's the name? This light never goes out. Something like that. It was in Montreal in August of 2019.
Okay.
And I went to see I went into the exhibition of his art and blew my mind. He is incredible, but you can tell by looking at the political art, most of it was political art, not all of it. He has a huge voice. He has a big heart. Yeah. He has a keen eye. And he's disgusted with the way, certain people were running certain things. And a lot of it was hard to look at, caricatures of politicians. But it's truth. I was looking at it
Yeah.
going, wow,
Yeah.
he nailed it, but it's very strong.
Yeah.
But I love art. I'm an artist too, so I
Yeah.
can't. I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to.
Right.
It impacted me. Let's say it that way. It was very
Right.
powerful.
I have to look at it. I haven't seen it. I really haven't seen it.
I
have.
don't know where you'd find if it's available online, but
Yeah.
some of it was very intense drawing, incredible art, but
Well,
very
that's
powerful.
art should make you like.
A lot of it was like, whoa, God,
Yeah.
I can't.
Or react.
Oh, next. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look at it with open mind, you'll know that that's truth. What
Right.
you're looking at, certain depiction of what he drew of certain politicians and how they
Mhm.
really are on the inside. He
Yeah.
drew it. He sees
Yeah.
it and he drew it.
When it comes down to it, you can't escape the truth, huh?
You can't escape the truth. And that's what I love about art. Because
Right.
everybody's view, I mean, anybody can say stuff, but when
Yeah.
you put it into a picture or a song or a statue or you know, candy collage or whatever, everybody sees something a little different.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you see it the way you're meant to see it. But boy, I really resonate with Jim. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we're soulmates, and I'm waiting for him to call me one day. But
Right.
I absolutely love his art. Even though I personally would not have drawn stuff like that, I still appreciate that he
Right.
did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now you are very musical.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
So I'm a product of hippie love. Okay. My name is Tangerine. That's my first real full first name.
Tangerine.
I had hippie parents. They did drugs. They did everything. It's in my DNA. I don't do drugs. I smoke cigarettes and coffee. I don't smoke coffee. Sometimes I think I am, but I'm drinking it. And regular cigarettes. But it's in my DNA. I know, I could feel it. I see stuff. I've grown up my whole life seeing things that people say when they're on substances that they see. And I'm like, I've been seeing that since I was 2 or 3 years old because it's in my DNA from when my parents did it. Yeah. So they were very musical and artistic, and I grew up in the music industry, or I grew up in the acting business, and exposed to a lot of music industry. And my mother going to university, bringing me with her when I was 7. She got her BFA and she did all these musical courses and would take me to night school and summer school with her. And I was 7 years old in a university, you know, felt like I owned it. I was running around. It was incredible. She'd be like, if I was bored with the class, this was like 1970. I was 7, so 79. I'd just leave and I would roam the halls and it was amazing.
Wow.
That was giant York University in Toronto. And that was when I first saw a bank machine, ATM. And I was like, what is this robot future Robinson thing? So I would just spend an hour pushing buttons, waiting for my mom to come out of class. We'd go to the cafeteria. She'd take me to her music class. I was exposed to these HAL 3000 instruments and tools, and I don't know what they were called, but buttons and synthesizers and spinny record tape things. It was cool. So I was just always in the music mode. And then growing up in the acting business, I was exposed to the acting. And then my dad also was a singer when he was younger. He loved Elvis. Yeah. So, and my whole family was just very musical and artistic. So
he loved Elvis.
My dad loved Elvis. He looked like Elvis. We have the elfin ears I get from my dad.
Oh my.
Hold on. Is it this up there?
Yeah, I accused you of having them done, but
it's natural. It's all natural, girl. Wow. So my dad had the big pointy ears and he looked like Elvis.
But Elvis.
And when he was like 17, 18, dressed in a pink suit, singing in his high school band.
Did he sing pretty well?
He had a very good voice, or I don't know, but they're still alive. I just don't talk to them because, you know, they're like old hippies and they're nuts. And I don't know. I wish them well. But growing up with them, they were, I mean, it was barely ever serious. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, you scraped your knee. Oh, your little girl on the bike. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Dad, I'm bleeding. And he'd go into song. And my mother was the same. They were divorced when I was a baby, but they were very similar personalities. So it was very hard to get a serious anything out of them. Which, looking back on, I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
There, don't get me wrong, there were serious times too, right? When I trashed my room, or boy, was there a serious time. But it was always comical, goofy, character, not intentionally. I don't think they intentionally meant to do it, but I do it too. And it's like when I'm cleaning, a certain voice comes out. I'm doing dishes, or I channel Julia Childs when I'm making chicken. And, growing up with Sesame Street and the Muppets and Mork and Mindy and Robin Williams.
Oh,
I love Robin.
yeah.
We're related in space.
So how was that growing up with friends? Did you have friends over? Did they say, oh, your parents are weird?
I brought, I don't know why, I collected people and would bring them home for lunch and after school. I was a latchkey kid, but my mom would, come in sometimes when I got home to make sure I was home okay and then go back to work. And she'd be like, I told you not to bring any more friends home. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. And then, it's like, okay, well, make sure they're gone by 5 or whatever. My mother collected cats. I collected friends. I would bring them over to show them this cool hippie house and musical instruments and 1,000 cats, and hamsters and budgies and whatever else we had. And I was an only child, so it was fun to hang out with friends. And now I'm like, I don't want anybody near me. Get away from me. I'm in hermit mode. But yeah, growing up, I was always
you were the cool kid with the hippie parents.
Yeah, and then when my kids were growing up, they're like, your mom's a cool mom, and they were all friends, and everybody was always over, and I was like the neighborhood mom before I even had kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So
your house sounded like my house without the talent. So we got the well, I won't go into
like the
pink slips from the neighborhood
family. Yeah, they're crazy, but we like it. Kind of, yeah. That's why kids gravitate to that, because they see the energy, right?
Yeah.
Hi, she, Jackie, and everybody.
So you have a lot of ways that you do divination.
I do.
Tell us all the different ways.
Oh, let me count the ways. I feel like I should burst into song. I like pendulum, tarot, and Oreo. I can read Oreos. I've done it. Stereo, Oracle, Charms, Scrabble too. I read coffee, tea, rocks, dice, hair. If you've noticed, sometimes my hair gives messages when I do lives. I think she's fine today. She's calm and chill. Dreams, symbology, numerology, bathroom tiles are one of my favorites.
Interesting.
I see the most amazing messages and really bang on stuff. Like right before you wake up from a dream, sometimes you get like a blip of truth for the day, or something, a precog. Well, it's the same for my bathroom tiles. So I'm brushing my teeth and I look down and I see something I didn't see before. And for example, not too long ago, I saw Gerald's face with the big stash and the big glasses in the middle of my bathroom floor. And I'm like, oh, Gerald's going to contact me today. And he did later that day. So it was just these little things.
Have you ever had any predictive dreams?
Always. I tell my dreams. I've over the years, I tell my team, my invisible future team on the spaceship, aliens, angels, whatever you want to call them. I believe in my alien team, because I'm part alien. But I tell them every night I go to bed, I say, okay, if it's important that I know something, let me dream of it. Otherwise, let me have like a vacation style, laying on the beach. I want the holodeck package number 3 with a
Yeah.
Mai Tai. I don't want to have, because dreaming tires me out. It's like I'm in another world when I'm alive and awake in another dimension when I'm dreaming.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And I've had some amazing, crossovers, astral traveling and doing things. And I'll wake up and I'll go, oh, my body hurts because I just spent, hours climbing rocks, saving, Star Wars creatures on another planet. And it's like I'm exhausted. So I tell my team, I say, listen, clear my schedule. If it's not important that I dream, let me just have something, a filler. Give me a filler dream. Just so, because you got to dream or you go crazy.
Yeah. But if there's something you need to know, you want that to be implanted or in your mind. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
And then if it's important and I remember it, I write it down.
Yeah. Who is Demi Moore? There's a movie with Demi Moore where when she goes to sleep, she's one person, and when she wakes up, she's another.
I remember that too.
The name of that. But if
isn't Anthony Hopkins in that, or an older guy?
I'm not sure, but there's a psychiatrist in there,
and the young guy.
And one is in France. She has children. Yeah. She's in France
with the older man,
and the other one, she's a businesswoman in New York. And through the, it's a very, it's not a widely known movie.
No, but it's one of those I watch every 5 years, and thanks for reminding me because I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. And Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Love those kind of movies.
Another one.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of more, and Sandra Bullock, Premonition.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a little different, but it's similar. See, I'm in Mandela loops constantly. I mention this on my channel a lot, but I don't know if anyone's paying attention because I'm very verbose. But kudos if you are. That I'm constantly in a different Mandela loop. Because the way I know for a fact, John Denver died in 1991. That's the first reality that I experienced that. But no, in this Mandela loop, he died in 97. And I'm like, crazy? Because I remember when he died in 91. I remember what I was doing, and I didn't have kids then. Right. But now in this, and it's the same with tarot. When I was young and my mom introduced me to tarot, and as I got older and I studied her books, the wands were thought and the swords were action. And I studied that and I learned it. And then as I got older, it's like all of a sudden, no, wands are action, swords are thought. And I'm like, what? Yeah. It took me a while to realize that, I'm in another Mandela loop.
So is it Berenstain or Berenstain?
Both. Actually, It was Berenstain, and Berenstein. I experienced all 3. And Jiffy, the peanut butter. And I remember being in grade, don't quote me, 7 or 8, and we were exposed to the news of that man in Tiananmen Square that was run over by the tank. Yes. Mm-hmm. And it was extremely traumatizing, and we were talking about it. And then not too long ago, I'm almost 50 now, but not too long ago, a few years ago, they showed footage of him not getting hit. He was never hit. I'm like, different Mandela loop. He was.
Yes.
He was. It traumatized a lot of us in our class. We had to talk about it.
Now, like the divination and the Mandela effect and all that, does it ever not amaze you, or are you constantly being amazed? Both.
I mean, when I'm paying attention to, I'm one of these people. If you're not like Tanj, look at the mustache on the pen. Oh, thank you. If you're not like that most of the time, I'm like, glowing orb. Okay. My dead grandparents talking about, hi. Let me finish this crossword puzzle. It's so normal to me, but I do have my moments, and I really pay attention when when I'm outside smoking my coffee and drinking my cigarettes, and I'm staring at the sky, and I'm like, okay, airplane, satellite, drone, UFO, and then I'm sending my messages, and then they go, hi, bye, and I'm like, you. and I'm paying attention. I'm really paying attention. But to see the little orbs and things in my fae and my loved ones that touch my hair and I hear voice, that's normal. The voices, it doesn't phase me.
It doesn't phase you, but it does.
It's no, because it's normal every day to me. I've experienced this since I was a toddler, so it's not out of the norm.
Yeah.
Seeing the Sasquatch on the infrared a few months ago in the summertime, unless it was like May, because I have no concept of time. It was this year. I have the infrared app where you could see, your little buddies. I see my little fae fams and the normal stuff that I sensed anyway. I'm a human EMF detector. I just know. And then I'll put like something's there and I'll put the camera and like, yeah, little elf jumping on the bed. But then it showed a large 12-foot, Sasquatch. I smelled something really bad. I said, I know you're there. I can smell you.
You're talking about real life. You're not talking about on a TV show.
No, I'm talking about sitting on my porch because this is where my whole world happens.
Oh, my goodness.
Sitting on my porch, talking to my Gaia tree. Next thing I know, I smell something that's really stinky. Whipped out my phone with the infrared app. I saw a 12-foot creature that looked at me and laughed, and he started waving.
Oh my
and I
gosh.
took footage of it and showed my friends.
Now that amazed you, didn't it?
Yes, because I was like, I felt things, but I've never seen a Sasquatch in infrared form before. And I was very happy, and I was talking to him, but he smelled really bad. And I was like,
yeah, I heard
love you.
Smell was really bad.
But you stink.
Yeah.
Can you come back when you're clean? And it's like, okay.
So do you live in a remote area?
Yes and no. I live in a small town not too far from Ottawa, Ontario. So I don't have a car. And if you don't have a car, you're stuck in the town. But we're not too far from the beautiful Quebec mountains and the lake. And what do people around here call it? I don't know if they call it an alien zone or a hot spot. But they see like things in the sky and excuse me, like orbs and lights and stuff.
Yeah. I heard of this group that gets together and goes out, I think it's Montana, and they all set an intention for the aliens to see aliens. And it gets dark and they wait and they have their cameras and they feel that they connect and they call out the UFOs or UAPs, whatever they're called now. But okay, if an alien were to come off a ship, and I'm being serious, and say, Tanj, come with us, would you go?
Yeah, but they won't do it because I have the poly effect where computers and electronics go wonky when my energy is
really
around. So they're like, oh, pass by that one. She blew up her ship last time. Remember that, Gordon? Yeah. So I'm trying to find a photo of aliens I took.
Ooh.
They're my protectors. And so I astral project to them. They're fine with that. And I'm, we're constant in communication. But physically in my 3D corporeal human form. If I walk, like I couldn't go to Best Buy anymore. I stopped going to those electronic stores because I'd walk down the aisles with the computers and the screens and they would go wonky or the alarms would go off. And I really don't like that.
Wow.
I'm a fight or flight. And then if I, I don't have fear, but if you startle me with a loud, horrible noise,
you get that.
I go into rage and I want to break things. Right. And I'm like, I got to leave or I'm going to break everything. So I don't want to walk around and have the loud sounds and all this disruption because of my energy. So I just don't go in those kind of stores. Yeah. So that's why the spaceships, they come close. They go, hi, sorry, we don't want to die today. And then they fly away.
My husband, when we were in the car at night, he believes that he can affect the lampposts because when he goes by, a lamppost will go off and he'll say, watch, Lori, and 2 or 3 will go by and then it'll go off. I said, well, come on, honey. They have to burn out sometime. And he said, no, no. So he
Same.
made me a believer in that. But
My mom was the same. She would make, I think she made them go off and I would make them go on. Or the other way around. I can't remember. But she had a lot of copper in her blood and she was taken and had a lot of experiences with them. And that's why I think I have 2 sets of parents,
wow.
alien set and my human parent set. And that's why I have a poly effect too, or a lot of people have it to certain different degrees where you, like I've, laid down in bed a few times and a giant orb will appear from the static electricity.
Okay, so explain poly effect. What's that mean?
I'm trying to remember his first name. Is it Edward Poly? I forget his first name. He was a professor. I used to know this, but I forget stuff. So
That's okay.
I think it's the 1800s, would, work in the university or work with his scientific stuff, walk into a room where they had electricity and it would just break. It would go out. And so his last name was Pauly, Pauly, I think. And they would just call it the Pauly effect. Oh, walked in the room and broke. Don't come in this room. He's not allowed in this room because we got expensive electronic equipment. And Tesla was the opposite. Tesla could generate.
Yeah.
I kind of have both, but it depends. Like when you're like on a normal day, everything's fine. You go to touch the light switch and you zap yourself, right?
I can't wear watches.
Me neither. I can't wear jewelry like that.
I don't know why. Watches will break on me.
Then you have a form of the poly effect. My grandmother could not go into elevators or car washes. I can't wear real jewelry. Like I'm okay with necklaces and certain bracelets, but I can't wear watches, earrings anymore, or real, or anything like gold or silver, because I feel weird. I like to be, natural, no makeup, no jewelry, with the occasional like crystals.
Yeah.
I do wear crystals or costume jewelry for fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, my grandmother got stuck in elevators and all the time and broke car washes.
Oh my,
and with me,
car
it
washes.
was jewelry and it was electronics. Yeah, she'd be stuck like, oh, your grandmother's late. Okay, you better call the car wash. This was before cell phones. Is there an old lady panicking stuck in your car? Yeah, she's here. Okay, Ray, go pick up your wife. Grandma's stuck at the car wash again. There's a song.
So grandma had a big effect on you.
Yeah, my maternal grandmother. She's a lot like me that way, for energy wise. And then my mother's a lot like me for the woohoo. Oh, I'm connected with the cosmos and I see color everywhere. That's my mother.
Or you hear color.
I taste it. I hear it, smell it. It's all over me. I get that from my mom and dad. And I know it's from their doing drugs when they were conceiving me, but also my alien sets of parents from, the things that my mother would tell me, her growing up, her experiences with being taken. It was never like violent, but it was always sci-fi stuff, like bizarre, like weird things, here's something cool. She had an experience when she was young with a monkey. She didn't know if it was a man in a monkey suit going down the road, pushing a TV on a trolley with a banana. She saw it. That was clear to her. She told me that when I was young. I remembered it. I thought, okay, that's cool. Your parents tell you something. You don't really think much about it. As I got older, I forgot about it. And I saw the same thing go down the street one day.
Wow.
I don't know if it was a man in a monkey suit or a large, I don't know what, to me, it looked like a man in a monkey suit pushing a TV on a trolley with a banana on top.
Weird.
And this happened, a generation apart. And later in life, as I got older and would talk to as I became an adult and talk to my mom about this stuff, she's like, well, that's the aliens. what they do, and I'm
So,
like, but why the giant monkey pushing a TV on a cart with a banana on it? Like, what is the significance of that?
right. Maybe that was like after they'd taken you, that's what you saw. Or do you believe you've been taken?
Well, no, because I'm a product. I'm part of them.
Okay.
So when I was, a toddler, I was 3 or 4, and I had the visitor come. You could call him angel. I call them alien. To me, it's the same thing. I speak
Right.
for me. And he had technology on his back, and he was big, but he was covered with a robe, and he was very kind. Spoke to me telepathically, and he's been with me my whole life. It's hey, little one, I'm here to guide you. I'm your guide. Hi, I'm so and so, and I'm your guide for the rest of your life. And when you need me, I'll be here. You can't see me all the time, but I'm here. And then you have your parents, and so I had my invisibles. I call them extended family. So I always feel them, hear them. I'm never alone, as Roman sings. You are never really alone because you have your guides, your angels, your ancestors, people in the future watching you on the screen, whatever you want to call it or however you believe it. You're never truly alone.
Right.
So to see strange things, I love it. I think it's cool. It doesn't bother me. But a lot of the time I'm very like, for example, I can't buy something I can't use. If it's just to stare at, I can't do that. I speak for me. I need something that's cool, a pen. That's a mustache as well, and it opens garage doors. Great. So maybe it's like that, if I see something, but what is it? What does it do? I want to know.
And that's that wanting to know. What sign are you?
I'm a Taurus sun sign,
you're
a
the
Scorpio moon, Virgo rising, and my Venus is in Gemini.
Well, do you think at what point? I mean, do you think like when we die, we're gonna know? We're gonna know?
Yeah, I mean, do you ever see the movie Defending Your Life with Mel Brooks and Meryl Streep?
That's been a lot. Boy, that's a long time ago. I saw.
Okay, when I saw that, I've seen it many times. It's been a while, but it resonated me with the past life pavilion. I just know, when you know something to be true, when you see or hear about it, and you're like, oh my God, I totally know this. So when I saw that scene, I'm like, oh, yes, you can push buttons and see. Well, maybe similar, different technology. You could see who you were in your past life. And I've had past life dreams. So, and I just know things. Yeah, I just know. I don't know how always I know, but I know that I know. So to me, it's like that. It's like certain movies, you have truth and you see, right. So I just believe that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it.
If you get to that point and they say, Tanji, do you want to go back? Here's a ticket.
No.
Do you want to go back?
No.
No?
I'm on my last life. I've been here too many times. I'm done. This is my volunteer. I came here voluntarily.
You volunteered.
This was my, do you want to stay? Do you want to go? I'm like, I'm going to come back and be a mother. Okay, I love you kids. Now Bobby wants to go back to her spaceship. Kind of thing.
I love you.
I have a planet waiting for me. I love you too.
So on planet Earth, you have a child or children?
I have 3. I have a 28-year-old daughter. Wow. I have an almost 20-year-old son and an almost 16-year-old chosen one.
Wow.
Who's an old grandpa. He's an old soul in a 15-year-old's body.
Wow. Wow.
It's like I'm the kid and he's the parent. Right? He comes out. Are you still on the phone? I'm like, oh my God, Grandpa, let me do my stuff.
So your older kids, do they live near you?
No.
My
oldest, she's married and lives in, I forget, in Ontario. My other almost 20-year-old, he's down southern Ontario. And he just moved, and I never remember the name of the town. But they're all like 6 to 8 hour drive away. So, but I talked to my other son, duo. Yeah, they're good. They're happy, and as long as they're happy, then I'm great.
Yeah,
my kids are fine. I'm fabulous.
As long as they're happy, that's all you can ask for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because life is very simple for this alien unicorn.
So you have a lot of different forms of divination, and I won't get too psychological, but do you think maybe it was a way to control your environment in an environment that was out of control?
No, I was just born psychic and tuned in more, like everybody is. But I was already extra tuned in. Like they tuned me before I came here, even more. Like Dark City, I resonate with that movie too. When you tune, Dark City, it's a great. It's a fabulous movie. Which parts of it really resonate? Where aliens are good. Well, I don't want to give it away.
Dark City. I'll write that down.
Now, Kiefer Sutherland and that beautiful actor, I forget his name. Dark City and Jennifer Connelly. She's amazing.
I like her.
It's a great movie. But it's like that. It's like everyone's born with abilities, but others are, they
different levels.
They tune it. Yes, you can tune it. You can manage. Look at
that's one thing I was going to ask you.
Psychic ability is like a muscle. The more you use
it, raise your vibration. That's a big thing on social media is raise your vibration. How can you raise your vibration?
Personally, for me, I speak only for me. Music. I mean, if you've noticed sometimes on my lives, I'll just go into kalimba, trolley, Mr. Rogers music. Thank you, everybody, for being here. When you pick a certain vibration or sound, you can fly.
You have a very pretty voice.
And thank you, darling. And then you just go into that. So music. I feel very relaxed right now. Music, making it, music, listening to it without actual lyrics raises my vibration. But then when I hear certain, when you just hear a song and you're like, this is the soundtrack to my life.
Yes.
This is my soul in music.
What is the soundtrack to your life? What song would be the soundtrack to Tanj's life?
Girl, let's see. I've got a bunch right here. I have a list. I think it's available to the public. I think it's called Greatest. What do I call it? What did I call it? Great music. I have 503 videos in there. Anything by Andrea Perry.
Andrea Perry.
She is tuned into my soul vibration.
Okay.
It's just, I can't put it into words how alive and surreal I feel out of my body when I listen to her music.
Okay.
Yeah. Perry, Andrea Perry. The soundtrack. Oh, and things that sound like here. It's actually, what's it called? The Tango. I'll turn the volume off so you won't hear it, but Tango Santa Maria Gotan project. It's like dance music-fied classical or Spanish dancing where they, add like, what do you call it? Like techno kind of.
Yeah.
And it's like, remember Putting on the Ritz?
Yeah.
So it's like different genres. Yeah. So those kinds of songs that make you go, oh, what is that? Oh, I like it. That's the soundtrack to my life kind of thing. It wakes up my DNA, my cellular, alien, higher vibrational, celestial, divine, whatever you want to call it, DNA. Yeah. Music, food, certain foods.
How so?
Well, okay, I'm an opposite. So most humans you have a healthy diet and your bread and your, what is it? Your 4 food groups, your basic,
Right.
I forget.
For food.
I cannot eat pure healthy food all the time. I get very ill. My body doesn't like it. So I eat what I crave. If I'm craving greens, I eat greens. If I'm craving cake, I eat cake in moderation. I eat what I crave. I listen to my body.
Yeah, so you listen, so it's like an intuitive eating.
Yes. And I barely ever have pop unless I want to treat myself. Most people will have a Cabernet. I will treat myself to a mini Coke in a glass bottle for Christmas dinner. I love that.
What's
But
that
I
about
barely
Coke?
drink Coke.
It just your body rejects
My
it, or
body, I can only eat what I crave. Do you ever crave chips and you're like looking in your house and you're like, I got crackers, and then you try it and your body goes, no,
yeah,
what are you doing? And then you
yeah.
end up feeling gross or even more hungry or eating things that you know. If for me, I speak for me, if I'm craving chips, I have a little bowl of chips, then I'm fine. And then I'll have my salad and a chicken or whatever I'm having. I'm not a vegan, but I eat a lot of vegan food. I have a lot of sensitivities and allergies to food too. So it's like I can't eat what, the masses suggest people eat.
Yeah.
Everybody's got different blood types. Everybody's got different, sensitivities. You got to find what works for
one
you.
size fits all.
Exactly. You have to listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
I listen to my body.
What else can raise my vibration?
Self-care, self-love.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, see it. Okay. For example, you love your pets or your kids.
Yes.
Okay. You will always love them. You love them. You tell them you love them. They know it's like you as a parent, regardless of gender, will always let your kids know that you love them.
Right.
It's just in you. There's no question that you don't love your kids.
Right.
Unless there's some that I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about you,
Right.
So then why are you not doing that to yourself?
I know. I have a deep sense of shame in me. I'm so broken.
Girl.
But I'm learning.
Well, we'll get you
I'm learning.
The what is it? The self-love kit.
Yes.
For life.
I need
which
that.
Includes lip balm. Because everybody needs.
I need some right now.
And I'm telling you. It's the best invention in the world. Oh my God. Yeah, but self-love and taking care of your mental needs too.
Yeah.
I do meditate, but differently than people. I used to do the, you do what works for you. Once you find your niche, I mean, you could spend years on perfecting a cake, and once you perfect your cake, you make it your way. And then it's boop, boop, little bit of this, done. Yeah. So I go outside. I have my porch cats, as a lot of you know. They gravitate to me. I can't help it. My coffee, my cigarette. I stare at my Gaia tree. She's right out my window. We exchange energy. And I'm trying, when you're like, I want to be alone. Nobody bug me. And so all the cats in the neighborhood come over and go, oh, lady, we want to sit on you. So if you walk by my porch, I'd be covered in cats, having to smoke, getting a tail out of my face, having a coffee, staring at a tree.
Aren't you allergic to cats?
I am in the house.
Oh.
Because I grew up with my mother and a million cats, the dander. But I do take allergy pills for seasonal and regular stuff. Outside, I'm okay. But I can't have cats in the house or dogs in the house because it's horrible. It's like a Beetlejuice moment. It's just, It's gross. Yeah, it's not pleasant, and it's green and slimy. But outside, I'm okay. Unless it's a certain kind of cat I've noticed. You get a certain type of cat, I guess, has a different dander, and they're just, you just can't breathe. But I'm lucky. The ones that have the kittens that were born, the twins, they're okay. They're fluffy and they're like ragdoll kittens. They're 8 months old and huge, but they're still in kitten mode. Their fur doesn't bother me. And the big old general Gibbs. He's like 1,000-year-old. My son said he's older than time. He's the guardian kitty. He guards the porch. His dander doesn't bother me. So, yeah. Some people, I'm allergic to some people too. You know?
Yeah, I'm allergic to a lot of people.
Yeah, and car pollution and certain trees and things, you know.
Yeah.
So you stay away from what's toxic or bothers you, and you welcome in what is good.
Yeah. What before we get too far along, is there anything that you would like people watching right now or in the future to know?
To know about life or to know about me?
Either.
This is very important, boys and girls. Please pay attention. If you're ever with me in person and we watch a movie, I'm a movie talker. I'm not kidding. If you don't like people talking to a movie, don't invite me to a movie. Because I will scream at that
the movie theater.
I will scream at the screen. Oh, hey, no, he didn't. Why did they write that? What?
Okay, Tangerine.
Lori, darling.
Tanger.
Yeah.
This is our inaugural episode of the interview. And I am just so pleased that she came on my show.
Thank you for having me.
One of the things I've created is, and I wrote it down because I knew I'd forget it. Yeah. At the end of our show, we're doing a quirky, quizzical cube. And I've got this cube.
Quirky, quizzical cube.
And I'm going to ask not 3, not 5, but 4 quirky questions. Do you accept the challenge?
I do.
Okay. Question number 1. Toilet paper hanging over or under?
It goes over and over and over again. I speak for me. I do not speak for a friend.
Okay, if animals could talk, which species would be rudest?
Fish.
Which eye do you instinctively wink from? Your left.
The third eye, which I'm going to get some eyeshadow.
Oh, I love it. Oh, no, it should have been the third eye. I love it. And the last quizzical question. What item might you buy at the grocery store to get strange looks from the cashier or other people in the line?
Funny you say that because I do that on purpose. They're so used to me by now. They don't care. Nothing phases that. They sell it at the store, so they're used to people buying it, right? Let's see.
Maybe a combination.
It's usually I crack. My son and I we just talk out loud just because we can. And we just crack everybody up anyway. They're so used to us. And they get disappointed when we just come in to buy something quick and leave. They're like, wait, no show today? And I'm like, sorry.
That's funny.
I don't have time to go on to a song and dance and entertain you. But maybe next week. They're used to us. They are.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tanj.
Thank you, Lori.
Do you have any questions for me?
I do. If you could have dinner with any 3 people, real or fictional, alive or dead, who and why?
Well, assuming they could come back to life.
Any being in existence, whether they're real or not, alive or dead.
My grandpa.
Aww. Larry's grandpa.
Jesus.
And
Tanji.
Grandpa, Jesus, and Tanji coming over for coffee and tea. Oh, it's gonna be fun with Lori Tries Life. Grandpa, Jesus, and Tanji.
I love it. I expect a full song.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanji.
Thank you, Lori. I love
And
you.
thank you. I ignored the chat the whole time. I'm
Hi,
sorry.
chat.
I'm new at this.
Hi, chat. You
But
did great. You did great. And thanks for letting me ramble. And
on your second visit, I'll pay attention to the chat and they can ask questions. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tanji.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Bye, everybody. I love you.